Alright, it's Sunday night. I am dusting off the cobwebs on my Dagger pistol power DPS Daredevil by supporting Air Guild in their Sunday evening raid. Okay, it's been great to be back on Daredevil. I haven't done this in a while. I've been too busy trying to do some guides and such. If you need to learn any guides about some healing specs, professions, check them out. I've got one on Healbrand, a couple on Spectre. I got one on Necro, and I just released one on Staff Spellbreaker, the old Healbreaker, Boon Ripper. Okay, so it's me, and I come back to find I have an ally that was supporting me, came back, so I don't want to leave him there. I was going to come back anyways, see if I could win. It's us against, so 2v3, and you're going to see we're going to do well. I'm a little bit rusty here, but it gets better as we go, and it felt really good to just put this tune back on and start winning some fights and ganking some peeps. I mean, that's the beauty of being a thief. The only thing saving me in this fight is the mobility. And you're going to see too, we're going to win this fight, and then just so we get the last of the reds done, we had one more left. Some blues show up and gank us, but that's the name of the game. You can't be mad if you get ganked when you're out ganking. It's part of world versus world. Just feels good to know that I can still win fights. Dagger Storm's always good when you're low, especially when people are ranged, which these guys are. Some are running minions, so that makes it hard for the targeting. Okay, so I gotta get distance and come back. This guy's chasing me, which is nice. Huh, thought there were three, maybe there's only two. But another guy appears in a second, so hard to say, because he's down, then I see another red. Maybe I was confusing his minions for another guy. No, there's the other red. He must came last. Okay. Harbinger. And now you see the blues coming down. And no chance. Catalyst ported to me. But that was really good way to warm up. So now let's see some better stuff. So coming up, I have this guy here. He's having a great time. He's going to fly away. So I'm going to kind of stay here. I've been protecting basically the backline and the fringes of the squad all night. This ranger's going to run, the soul beast. I'm going to take some damage, so I'm going to back off a little bit. Port back, heal up, and then of course he doesn't know, but I can steal from around corners, port to him, and put him down. Boom! Best part about thieves are mobility and spiking. Okay, there's more guys going to be bubbled up from out back here. This Virtuoso's next. Okay, wait a second, I'm going to spam this because Invuln's gone. So when you see Invuln, I was already spammed a couple Heartseekers, but before I did anything else, I usually give him a couple seconds because he's done his F4 distortion. So remember that when you're fighting Mesmers, you see some vulnerability. Stop using any skills, maybe you can auto attack or whatever, just let stuff come off cooldown, and then burst him down and come in. I thought I could steal from there, I can't. There we go. And we'll finish the downs. Okay, glide down, spike from above. We're not going to let this guy run away. That's the beauty of this build as well. It's harder for people to get away from me, which I know is frustrating for them. And it's funny, I'd heard someone say that, you know, if you want to win fights and kill stuff, just run a thief. Just want to put it out there, unless you've tried it, it's not as easy as it looks. Okay, we have this guy coming into our squad to camp, so I'm going to circle around the outside and try and grab any people that are lagging behind. Now this was a funny fight. That guy wanted to fight, dismounted me, great. His other boys just riding right by. Appreciate this guy wanting to fight, and he was good too. Had to do a lot of basically positioning and keeping distance, stun locking out of, or stun breaking his stun locks. almost had me, but good old dodge, heal up, and now I'm just going to use short bow to maintain some distance for a short bow come off cooldown so I can get my burst going, wait for my burst to come back up. Dancing daggers are good for while you're waiting for burst. Filler, there we go, he runs right into my blind, and that is where he kind of got himself in trouble, because I'm going to get another burst here in a second. Again, riding right into the smoke. Photon Forge, that would have hurt. I think that was a lucky dodge if I'm being honest, and there we go. So you see how you always want to wait till you get your burst, 5-2, enough initiative, and steal. That's a great shot. Anybody at 50% or lower, especially without protection. Plus you also boon rip is toast. But that was a good fight to my man, I want to acknowledge that. Okay, here we see how I can spike backliners with this and just generally annoy them. But when you do this too, as much as you're annoyed, it does draw attention. If the group is focused on keeping the members safe, it does kind of can slow someone's charge or roll as they're coming in, trying to take an objective or move somewhere, because it distracts them and it buys time for your team. Oh, and that is the embarrassing moment of the thing. We hadn't capped the camp yet. Alright, here we go. I'm trolling this guy. You can see him mounted. It worked. He's going to follow me around to the side. Again, these are tricks you do to draw people off. Minimize the numbers and sow some chaos. And this guy is going to go down pretty quick with a spike. And he's toast. And of course my favorite, went to go to Shadow Step Stomp, but he'd stunned it first. So then you just drop a smoke ring and see his blast doesn't work because he's blinded. So even if you don't go stealth, skill 5 black powder shot is extremely useful, but it costs so much initiative. Alright, yeah, see, I'm bragging, I'm excited. Killed their DH. Saw this guy messing with one of our other guys, so I'm going to come support him. And Mesmer, so there's a little bit of stealth there. He just used either Signet of Domination Signet or probably Scepter 4 or Torch 4, which stealths. Blink, now I think you just use a Mass and Viz. So we're just kind of looking for him. Although I think it should have gone longer than that. I don't know what he used for that one. Mass and Viz should have been longer. And Steel comes off cooldown, and my man is done. Invulnerability, see, you're going to wait, there we go. Through the daggers just as it came off. Shadow Step Stomp, he's going to port. But he is still toast, and the guard's not going to bother me. Another one down. Yes, it was a good night for me to be back on Thief, as you can see from my comments. Okay, here I'm just going to short bow these guys. These guys were a boon ball build they were running. Of course, my man dropping the Spellbreaker Bubble is the MVP here. And we're just going to short bow them down, and then once my initiative is up, I'm going to weapon swap. And then I am going to see if I can start spiking people like that guy and that guy. Thieves are great for securing down, especially in smaller engagements like this where you can go move indiscriminately and they're focused on other people. Okay, look at the range I get on this guy. I'm going to Heartseeker, so I did the Heartseeker into the initiative there, Infiltrator Signet to steal. You can close distance very well. Okay, here's that Boonball group again. They did really well for a small group. The problem is when you get these guys off the edge, and I will say this, I wasn't really any help during this one. Look at my arc DPS. I'm doing not even 1k damage, so I was a mere distraction at best. Maybe with some interrupts with dancing daggers and such, but really probably would have done my group better by staying on. There we go, my short bow and using skill 4. That's about the only thing I did for them. So good job, you guys. I was useless during that engagement. Not a feeling I like, but alas, it happens. Here's some blue again. They're gonna, of course, you see they veiled for some invis action, and I'm gonna spam some choking gas between interrupts and spreading conditions and poison, lowering healing. That's always useful. Okay, and I spammed skill to the cluster bombs. That can drop a lot of DPS on stuff too, but now I'm going to kind of wait for my initiative, yep, and then I swap weapons, and now I'm going to single target some people. After I heal someone, see, thieves can be benevolent. You have the good witch of the east, I'm the good thief of the east. Literally. Well, northeast anyway. Alright, so I need to make some space here. And I think he's going to chase. He is, but he is almost surely doomed. He's going to pour it back. And he swapped. I'm going to fear him with his own stolen skill. Bye-bye. And now my man is toast. So for Thief, for those that want to play or are struggling, positioning is key, withdrawing, waiting for cooldowns. It is heavily resource managed, believe it or not, even though it's not cooldowns like you would normally get. Alright, here's where you gotta remember where I had the wrong weapon set. See, I'm using short bow 5. I thought I had my dagger pistol on. I usually try to make sure I have those on when I mount up, and I had forgotten. So that could have been disastrous. So it would have been an easy kill, and I screwed up. So I'm still gonna fight. I don't like to quit. But there is something to be said about getting some distance. Okay. And I'm going to use short bow, poured up to the ledge. I'm going to just arrow down a little bit. When they get out of range, I'm coming back down. And this is cool because it bounces, so this helps secure that down. Beautiful. So short bow is useful. There's a blue there. And then I turn around and see a whole horde of blues, and like Canuck said, I'm going to victoriously flee for my life and get away. Alright, these guys are great roamer havoc groups, and it's always a pleasure to interact and encounter with him. I don't know if he was trying to do anything or if he was just giving up. Either way, he is down. I always love dropping diamonds. Okay, same group again, same guy again actually. And finally, Shadow Step Stomp. How I missed you. Alright, and that is all. So thank you for watching. Hope this was entertaining, and have a most excellent day.